Hello and thank you for joining me. Today I'm here to talk to you all about the 2024 market, not just locally but also nationally as well. I've been waiting all year to do this report and we have seen many buyers and sellers move on to pastures new. I will start with an overall snapshot of areas Cadishead, Irlam and Rixton. I'll then move on to some insight into the UK market as a whole and keep it to a minimum. As always, I'm here for any property related questions you may have. Now is also a good time to book in that yearly valuation with Oliver James. Whether you are selling or not, it's always nice to know what your home is worth. Let's start with an overall snapshot for each area, and first up is Cadishead. There were 170 listings in the year. The 5-year average is 154. There were 137 sales agreed. 5-year average is 119. The average square footage finished at £246 per square foot. On for sale properties, and the ones that sold, the sold properties, their square footage is slightly different. They averaged £239 per square foot. The average asking price on houses for sale was £238,728, and the average sold price was £218,836. The busiest month for listings was June with 24 listings. For sales, March and October were tied with 19 sales each in Cadishead. In other news, there were 62 houses withdrawn from the market. Looking at the last 5 years, the average is 49. There were 28 fall-throughs, which is exactly the same as the average. So in conclusion, the Cadishead property market has seen a vibrant year, surpassing expectations in several key areas, with 170 listings recorded this year, well above the 5-year average of 154. It's clear that sellers were active in bringing their homes to market. Also, 137 sales were agreed, outperforming the 5-year average of 119, signalling strong buyer demand. In terms of value, the average asking price for properties stood at £238,728, while the average sold price settled slightly lower at £218,836. Average price per square foot for listed properties was £246 compared to £239 for sold homes, reflecting a modest gap between asking and achieved price. On to Irlam, there were 221 listings in the year. The 5-year average is 227. There were 187 sales agreed. The 5-year average is 181. The average square footage was £283 per square foot on houses for sale and £279 per square foot on the sold prices. The average asking prices for houses for sale was £251,585, and the average sold price was £238,639. The busiest month for listings was February, with 26 houses brought to market, and sales agreed. May was the champion, with 30 sales being agreed. There were 58 homes withdrawn from the market. The 5-year average is 66. There were 42 fall-throughs, the 5-year average is 40. Looking at houses reduced for the whole area of M44, there were 168 reductions over the year, and the busiest month for reductions being May with 24 and February with 23 price corrections. And in conclusion, the Irlam property market has held steady this year, with 221 listings recorded, just shy of the 5-year average of 227. Meanwhile, sales agreed total 187, comfortably ahead of the 5-year average of 181, showcasing a resilient market despite external pressure. The average asking price in Irlam was £251,585, while sold prices averaged £238,639, reflecting a healthy level of activity and negotiation. In terms of value per square foot, listed properties averaged £283 per square foot, with sold properties close behind at £279 per square foot, demonstrating strong alignment between expectations and reality. February saw the most new listings with 26 properties hitting the market, while May stole the crown for sales activity with 13 sales agreed. Price reductions were most frequent in May and February, with 24 and 23, indicating some adjustment during these peak months. Interestingly, withdrawals were lower than the 5-year average, with just 58 properties withdrawn compared to the average of 66, suggesting sellers remain committed. Fall-throughs were also in line with historical trends, with 42 this year. And next up is Rixton. There were 171 listings, the 5-year average is 173. There are 147 sales agreed, the 5-year average is 142. The average square foot was £281 on for sale properties, but went down to £263 per square foot on sold properties. The average asking price for houses for sale was £253,203, and the average sold price was £230,806. The busiest month for listings for WA36 was September, with 17 houses brought to market. Most sales were made in March, with 22 home sellers achieving a sale. Also in this area, there were 65 reductions in the area. There were 52 withdrawn houses from the market, the 5-year average is 44. There were 35 fall-throughs, the 5-year average is 31. The Rixton property market has maintained a steady pace this year, with 171 listings, almost identical to the 5-year average of 173. Sales agreed also kept pace, reaching 147 compared to the average of 142, highlighting strong demand in the area. The average asking price was £253,203, with sold prices averaging £230,806, showing a typical negotiation gap between listing and sale. The average price per square foot was £281 for listed properties, but that went down to £263 for those that sold. In September, we saw the most listings, with 17 properties coming to market, while March, the star for sales of 22 homes sold. There were 65 price reductions over the year, indicating some sellers adjusted their expectations to meet market conditions. And finally, withdrawals were slightly above average, with 52 homes pulled from the market compared to the 5-year average of 44. Fall-throughs were also a touch higher than usual, with 35 recorded against the average of 31. While these figures suggest some challenges, they remain within a manageable range, reaffirming the area's resilience and popularity among buyers. Looking forward to 2025 and the UK market as a whole, I'll just whiz off some bullet points here to make it nice and easy to listen to. Unsold properties at a 10-year high, but not an oversupply, balanced by steady demand. Average unsold properties on the market for 189 days. In regards to market trends, there's an increase in new listings and returning sellers back on the market. Sales agreed in 2024 nearly doubled the number of new listings. Buyers benefited from lower interest rates, 2-year fixed at 5.05%, 5-year at 4.8%. Sellers' challenges: 41% of properties reduced in price, 54% of listings ended up selling. Price reductions lead to longer sale times, higher fall-through rates, and more agent switches. And some key stats: Land Registry reports average UK house price at $292,000. That's up 3.4% from 2023. Sales volumes in 2024 were just shy of the 5-year average, up 1%. And looking forward to the 2025 market activity, Rightmove had a record-breaking Boxing Day, with traffic up 26%. Increased buy demand, with first-time buyers making up 36% of all purchases. Mortgage approvals for house purchases up 32% compared to November 2023. And what's next in 2025? Well, there's a positive outlook, with expected house price growth of 3%, increased transactions of 5%, and steady interest rate reductions. Stamp duty changes may cause a brief adjustment, but are unlikely to significantly impact activity. In the finance market, low unemployment, wage growth, steady inflation, and healthy market conditions are predicted for 2025. For a full and more detailed breakdown of this, including loads of little graphs to look at, there is a link in the description for that blog. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and got through all these stats and figures. If you are looking for a yearly up-to-date market valuation, feel free to reach out, send me a message, or give us a call. Happy to provide that, whether you are selling or not. Have a great 2025, everyone.